Hi, this is going to be a video on how to set up or to push multiple CLI commands to multiple switches with all intents and purposes just a single, albeit rather long command. This actually came to us from a customer that is looking to enable port security. So port security is under network security, port security. And what they want to do is they want to assign multiple IP addresses to a given port. So the process would be to enable this, and then on a given port, we'll take, for example, port 6, they want to take 3, 4, however many MAC addresses of their technicians' laptops and assign it to that port so that they can leave that port on and simply have a tech walk up to it and plug in, and because he's got the right IP address, it will then authorize that laptop. And how do you then manage all of this? So this is a means of doing this. So as you can see here, the operation on this switch is off. It currently does not have any entries. Just confirm that with a quick refresh. And on this switch, it's exactly the same. I currently don't have any entries. Both of these switches are slightly different. This is a 2S switch, and this is a 2A switch. They both are RSPs, so they're obviously running the HiOS, which is why we have the HTML interface. And the tool to do this is a tool called HiTool. This was developed by our developers. They came up with this tool, and there are a variety of files that make up all of this. So HiTool, this needs to be run in the command line interface with admin rights. And what we have is we have this IP list. This effectively is just the list of IP addresses that this is going to then, this tool is going to target to push these CLI commands to. So you can either list all of these in a simple text file, and I've also been told that you could have, if you're running, say, a sequence of 10 of them, so if it's .4, .5, .6, all the way through .14, you can then just put a 10 behind it to indicate that it's a sequence of 10. So in this case, I'm just going to leave it as the 10, 10, 10, 4 and the 10, 10, 10, 5, and we'll be done with it. So the other file that we have is this CLI file, and this is basically just a text file. You can use Notepad, or I use Notepad++, and in the process of saving it in the file attributes, don't select any attributes and simply save it with a .cli, and you end up with this. So in this case, the HiTool app will automatically log into the switch. It's going to utilize whatever username and password that you specify in the various parameters, and I'll show you that here in a second. And it's then automatically going to elevate rights with the enable command, and then it's going to go through this and go configure. It's then going to turn on port security. That effectively is then the process of turning this on. And then it's going to address interface 6, so this is port 6. And for port 6, it's going to add this MAC address for VLAN 1, this MAC address for VLAN 1, this MAC address for VLAN 1, and it's then going to step back through the CLI interface and then save the whole lot. So it works brilliantly, and what we'll do is we will go into here, and because this is currently in a different, or not the most accessible part of my directory, what I'm going to do is I'm going to utilize that. First we're going to go to drive D, where I have this. We're going to go CD, and I'm going to paste the location. This is going to put me into the folder where this is in. So if I do a dir, you'll see that the HiTool application is right here. And if I then also do a hi_tool, you'll then also see all of the various arguments that are available for this. And obviously this seems really intimidating, but what we also have is we also have this handy dandy little readme file that actually walks you through all of the necessary commands for this. And so what we have here is we have it's going to launch the HiTool app with the expression of a -m. This simply takes the mode and logs into the, or is going to utilize SSH, and it's going to use the admin user password username with the private password. And what it's going to utilize this file for the IP list, hence the -f expression, and for the -s, this is the script file. It's then going to utilize this. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and do a return, and you'll see that it logs into the first switch, applies all of the commands, then does a save, repeats this with the next switch, also does a save, and what we can then do is we can then simply go back in here, and I will do a refresh, and you'll see that the operation is on. I now have 3 static entries in here, and I can confirm these, and we have our 3 static entries right here. So it's a great way of applying multiple CLI commands to multiple switches, and if you would like to tweak or adjust any of these, all of the necessary commands in order to tweak these, add, remove, all of these are in the CLI manual, which can be found on our customer support portal or by reaching out to your field application engineer. I hope that this has been informative. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.